Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and my name is Legina Golden. Thank you for tuning in. And today I just want to discuss is lucid dreaming. In my experience, unfortunately, I only lucid dream for like two dreams that I can remember. Because I want to say maybe I'm not that strong-willed in my dream. I probably just follow along because I feel like. Okay, if you guys don't know what lucid dreaming is when you're asleep and when you're dreaming and you just, you go through a lot of crazy stuff and there's a lot of weird shit, or you might be happy in your dreams. But did you know you can wake up in your dream and do whatever you want? You can fly, you can probably do the same things you do in your dreams, but actually know that you're doing it so you can actually intentionally do it instead of just thinking you're in a different reality, just living out that dream. So, the first time I ever lucid dreaming, that I ever lucid dreamed was when I was 12 years old. When I was 12, I had a dream. Well, it was just some weird stuff leading up to it. So, when I was like, I think 12, I think my room was haunted. I'm pretty sure because I just had the worst luck in my motherfucking room. So haunted to the point I'm like, no, I'm not sleeping in there. I'd rather sleep in somebody else's room versus my own room. And it's crazy. It was an orange room. And I probably didn't like orange now, but orange is my favorite color now. So back then it was like my orange room was haunted. So it was nighttime, and I usually keep like my door open and it had the hallway light on, and so that particular night I'm like, I'm not gonna turn it on, because it kind of keeps me up anyway because I'm a light sleeper, so it just kind of interfere with my sleep. Little did I know. So that night I went to sleep, and then I had woke up and just like normally playing in my dream, just like having like a normal day, like it was like a regular day for me, like I was awake but I wasn't. But I didn't know at that time. I didn't know I was in a dream. So I remember playing, and then I remember like some couple, uh, they had rung the doorbell, and I'm like, "Hi, how you doing?" Like, and he was like, "Oh, we just here. We seen your backyard. We like it so much that we want to get married, have a wedding in the backyard, and can we see it?" So I'm like, okay, I'll go ask my dad. Like, I'll go ask him. And then, surprisingly, he said yes, they can use his backyard. And then it was like, they had a son that was around my age. And it was like, he kind of looked like that little boy from motherfucking, what's that vampire movie back in the day? In the old Disney Channel, had like the brother and sister that was vampires, and then they had a little boy that was human, and then they had the whistle. That boy that was a vampire looked like him. And with me, my dreams never just really be just regular dreams. It could be supernatural, but it don't be not like no nightmare dream. I never had like a nightmare dream before. It was crazy because I always watch scary movies. So anyway, I had a so the, their son was right there. My throat is fucking dry. Their son was right there, and then they was like, baby, their son was right there, and he was like, they was like, well, we wanted you both to marry each other, and I'm like, me and him, no. Me and him, he's like, well, you don't have no choice, and blah, blah, blah. And then next thing you know, the bitches turn into vampires, and I'm like, oh shit. So somehow our dad was like, was trying to help us escape, but he kind of showed us to like this weird ass garage. Where that's garage, it was kind of like somebody else's. I'm like, why we in here? But he was like, y'all go hide under there. Make sure you don't come out. And do da da da. And he just disappeared. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense. What's the fuck going on? And da da da. And I'm like, I had an epiphany. And I'm like, this is not even real. This is not real. And I'm like, these vampires trying to get me, but I'm asleep right now. Okay, so in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm in my bed. I'm in my room. Just turn your head, control your body, turn your head to face towards the light, and just like wake yourself up with that gleam or something. And I'm like, it's not working. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot to turn on that dang light. Out of all the damn days that I usually turn on that hallway light just to make me lighter, that I just chose not to. And then that dream just like, oh bitch, you're not going nowhere now. My room was haunted, or unless it had just haunted entities in there. Cause so I was still in my dream, and then somehow we just end up to the grocery store, me and my brothers. Like, my dad already disappeared. Then next thing I know, like, everybody in the grocery store was either like one by one turned into vampires, like some like domino zombie type of effect. It was just like weird to me. I'm like, oh my god, everybody turned into vampires. The next thing I know, my brothers turned into one, and then they always just coming swarming towards me. And then I woke up. I woke up. A motherfucking time. I was so fucking. But now to this day, I just wish I would have finished the dream. I wish I would have killed some people in there, you know, because I wouldn't, because I was just 12. I didn't know about Lucid Dreaming. I didn't know about any of that. I didn't know. And now it's just like, damn, I could have whooped some ass. I could have fought them. I could have just teleported, because it was my figure of my imagination. I control my situation. Just like in real life, you control your situation because you understand how the universe and the universe surrounds you. Okay, so this is my second lucid dreaming that I had. Okay, I'm gonna go real quick. It's quick because this was just a short dream anyway. So in this dream, I was just, and like, this is me, like, I believe 24. I'm 25 now, so is it 24, 25? Probably 25, like when I first turned. So in my dream, it was just so weird. It was like I was with my one of my other, I have a lot of siblings, so I was with one of them, and two of them, I mean, and then we was at this place. It was like an office type of place environment, and it was like female workers there, but they was like on a desk and shit like that. And then somehow it was like, I don't know if while we was together or not, but I haven't seen this particular sibling in a while, so it was like kind of random too. And then it was like, somehow I dropped my phone and it like cracked. And maybe because seeing that mirror or image crack, it broke my reality. And I'm like, this don't make sense. Like, instead of following along to the dream, because I always known about lucid dreams since I was 17, but I couldn't just really wake myself up. I just lived that fucking reality. But in this particular dream, it broke me up. I'm like, huh? This is not real. Why am I haven't seen you in a while, and how did my phone drop? Because I be dropping my phone a million one time, and not all the time it's cracked. And I'm like, this is not real. It's a dream. And I was so fucking hyped, man. I was so fucking hyped just because of the simple fact, I'm like, I know what this is now. I finally fucking, in my motherfucking dream, and my whole goal for lucid dreaming ever was to fucking fly. Like, if it's not astral projecting, it was to fly in my lucid dream. So I'm like, oh, this is not real. This is not real. And I'm like, you know this is not real? I'm not telling the female workers, like, y'all not real either. And then they all looking at me crazy, like, this bitch crazy. Because you know how it feels when somebody, like, not to judge nobody, but somebody that's out, like a random person, and they start tripping. And they just start, like, doing some weird shit. that's how they was looking at me. But I'm like, bitch, I know. I'm like, I know this is not motherfucking real just because it's in fact this is my own reality, my own dream. But I could swear they could, the way they was looking at me crazy. I'm like, you would think that they was actually real, and they probably was in a different reality universe. You never fucking know. But for this one, I'm like, oh, y'all in my motherfucking head. Y'all in my motherfucking head, and this is not real. So since I'm in this bitch, I'm about to fucking learn to fly. So I'm like, but it was a little part of me that was kind of doubting it, because, you know, I don't know. So I'm like, I'm about to go learn to fly. So I got the door open, bust the door open, and it was sunny as fuck out there. I'm like, I'm about to fly in this bitch. So when I went out there to go fly, my ass jumped, and then came back down. I'm like, oh, hell no. Just because some fact everybody know how to fly in their dream. So why can't I motherfucking fly? Why is it so hard? So I'm like, come on, you're not about to embarrass me in my own dream. So I'm like, no, this is my dream. I control it. I have the power to will it. So I fly. But it was kind of rusty. But once I got the hang of it, it was cool. So this is my short story of my lucid dreaming. Unfortunately, it's not a lot. But as I get more in tune, because I have other out-of-body experiences, that's probably helped my spiritual journey. But everybody's spiritual journey is not going to be the same. Everybody's journey is not going to have the same map or challenges. So once we find our own journey, we can kind of compare and help other people the way like master teachers or so. But I'm still, you know, a grasshopper. So thank you for even watching this video. If you wanted to see some more, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And hopefully I'll see you guys again. And thank you.